Hi, it's May with a Tuesday Tech Tip. In Mavericks, the notification center has changed quite a bit, and this can be something that really helps you to work on your computer more effectively or drives you crazy. So I just want to show you how to customize it for the way you like to work. If you go to System Preferences, which is the gear wheel icon here on the dock, and then go up here on the first row to Notifications. Now, first of all, there is an option for Do Not Disturb. So if you're writing or working on your computer and you really don't want to know that you got an email or that anything is coming up, you can completely turn off the notification center. You can also set up your notification center to turn on Do Not Disturb from certain hours. If you have a few hours every day where you really want to be reading or writing and you don't want any interruptions, you can do that. You can also set it that if you're using your computer to watch, if you're mirroring another object, watching a movie or something like that, it would turn off Notification Center. And when the Do Not Disturb is turned on, you can choose to allow FaceTime calls from anyone or from certain people, and you can also allow repeated calls. This is much like the Do Not Disturb on your iPhone, where if someone calls you 3 or 4 times, it will actually come through even though you have Do Not Disturb turned on, which is a good thing. The first option here is the share button, and I'm going to show you in Notification Center. Here is the share button up here at the top, so I can actually send out a tweet if I want. If I turn this option off, then that is gone from my Notification Center. So you can choose to have that on or off. Now we look at the different apps that can show up in Notification Center. The first thing that you can do is you can say, well, I don't want to see anything from my calendar, so I could choose none, or I could choose a banner. And what a banner is it comes out and it shows for just a minute and then it goes away. It shows for just a few seconds and then it goes away. An alert is something that comes out and stays there and does not go away until you dismiss it. So you have to decide, and you can play with this and see which works best for you, whether you want nothing, whether you want a little notification that comes and goes, or a notification that stays. Now, if you have something set up in your calendar that's an appointment that's coming up, you might very well want that to be an alert that comes out and stays so that you see that the appointment has come up. You can also choose whether or not you want to show these notifications in the lock screen. So if your computer is in screensaver, when you first come out of screensaver, whether you see those notifications there or not. That's really an issue of privacy, whether you want anybody who might be standing there with you to see what appointments you have coming up in your calendar. You can choose how many items to show in the Notification Center. So if I have 12 items in my calendar, I'm only going to see the 5 most recent. You can also choose whether or not you want to see a badge app icon, and this means down here in your dock you'll get one of those little red circles that says you have some notifications in your calendar that you need to pay attention to, and also whether or not you want to play a sound for a notification. Now, it's going to be the same for every different app, but you might think about them differently. So for mail, usually most people have it set up so that they can see when a new mail comes up here by that little app icon that shows up on the bottom. But if you're working on something, it's nice to get a little banner pops up. You see who the email is from. It goes away. You can pay attention to it if you want, or just kind of glance at it and keep going if you don't want. Messages, same thing. I like to see that a message has come in, but I don't necessarily want it to stay there until I dismiss it. Maybe messages I don't want to see in my lock screen because maybe I've gotten a private message from someone and a coworker is sitting around when I open up my computer. FaceTime, again, just make a decision about what you want. Reminders, great thing that you can put there in your if you have an alert if you want. Safari, I'm not actually sure what you get from Safari in terms of banners, notifications. I'm not sure about that. I have to play with that and figure that out. Game Center, I don't want to see anything. ScreenFlow, this is the application I use to record my tech tips, and so So right now, if I click on my Notification Center, I'll see that a bunch of screen flows that I have done have exported. Dropbox, this is a really great thing maybe for an alert to to show you that someone's added something to your Dropbox. Twitter, if you use Twitter a lot, you could set that up. iCloud Photos, this would be if you have a shared photo library with someone and you want to see a notification that they've added some photos to a shared iPhoto portfolio group. You can also, it will show on your iPhoto icon down here as well. Maps, I'm not sure what you would be getting from Maps, but maybe something. iTunes, not sure what you'd be getting from iTunes. And again, we talked about this Twitter at the very beginning, whether or not you want to show Twitter. The other option you have here is whether you show your notifications manually or by time. So if you have a lot of things coming out of your calendar, it might be a good idea to show them by time. If it's manual, then I can change how they show up right here. I can just choose that I want to see mail on the top, I want to see messages next, calendar next, however I might want to set them up. So that is Notification Center. Now in Notification Center, I want to show you that if I open this up, down here is a link where I can always go right back to where I was to set things up. And then the other thing that's important to see is if you scroll up with 2 fingers, you will see the Do Not Disturb option right here. You can turn it on and turn it off right here in Notification Center. And Notification Center you get to by clicking on this little list icon right here in the top right. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Thanks so much for stopping by.